Hi there, everyone. I'm Andrew Fazekas, the Night Sky Guy, your host every week for the Night Sky This Week. Today is December 12th, 2022, start of a new work week. I hope you had a great weekend. Maybe you got to go out and do some sky watching. Please do share. Comments are open. I love to see all of you guys chiming in the comment section. It's nice to see all of you from around the world. I don't know if you did catch the big news this weekend about space news regarding the Artemis 1 mission by NASA. This is NASA's return to the moon after 50 years since Apollo missions back in the 1960s, early 1970s. It was an uncrewed mission, Artemis 1, went around the moon, looped around it a number of times, a 25-day mission. It came to a conclusion yesterday on Sunday with a splashdown in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Baja, California. It was a picture-perfect landing, parachutes open. It's fantastic. If you get a chance, do take a look at the replay of that on nasa.gov, NASA television. It's worth a look. So it's a return to the moon, and it's so appropriate. It happened on the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 17 missions landing on the moon for the last time 50 years ago. Can you imagine? Back in 1972. So it's kind of a really neat kind of connection in terms of our lunar exploration legacy. So what's in the sky this week? Well, let's take a look. We've got the planetarium set up here, and we can see the sky set up for Monday after sunset, August, I should say, I wish it was August for me. It's December 12th, and you can see here the lineup of our planets. These are these favorites now for many weeks and months. They've been in our skies. The two Jovian planets, Jupiter and Saturn, these gas giants that dominate our early evening skies. So you can catch this as soon as it starts to get dark wherever you are. This is a really cool set of planets to see. And joining them in the east is Mars. Mars just went through opposition, which means that it was at its biggest and brightest, its closest approach to Earth. So therefore, right now is still a great time to be watching Mars, the red planet. Through a telescope, you get to see details on its surface. Like if I zoom in magically here on my planetarium program, you get to see the disk of Mars close up. This is kind of mimicking what you would see using high magnification eyepieces. What you'll notice is that there'll be some light markings and dark markings through your telescope that you'll notice. The dark markings are patches on the planet Mars, are basically highland, windswept, rocky outcrop regions. This is where there are canyons, mountains. These highlands are really windswept, and so there's not much dust in those regions. It's more cleared off dark rocky patches. And then the lighter regions that you see here are the deserts of Mars and filled with iron oxide rich dust that just covers the entire planet. And that's what gives it that very ruddy color, that orangey red color that's so indicative of the planet. So this is something you can see with a backyard telescope. If you have one, this is a great time to see Mars if you haven't yet. So it's rising in the east. As soon as darkness falls, check it out. It's kind of pinned between two yellowy colored, rich yellow colored stars. One here is called Capella on the left of Mars. That's in the constellation Auriga. And then the other one is the red eye of the bull Aldebaran, bull Taurus the bull. And so those two stars are kind of sandwiching Mars in between them. And it's a really, really easy target for the naked eye, for binoculars, and of course with a telescope. So I can really recommend that. No matter where you are around the world, this is something that you can definitely see. And of course, Jupiter, great with binoculars. If you zoom in, you get to see the moons of Jupiter are easy to see. And of course, Saturn with a telescope, even the smallest of telescopes, will show off those iconic rings, and it'll look something like that through a backyard telescope. So highly recommend that as well. So check those out. Those are prime time viewing. And of course, if we watch a little bit later, where is the moon? The moon was a few days ago last week occulting Mars. Where is it? We can find it now in Cancer, the crab, and in between the claws of the crab. You can see this is, again, looking in the east. This is late at night, close to local midnight. So maybe just before midnight, you'll see that moon, that waning gibbous moon rising in the east, and it's going to be sandwiched between the claws of Cancer the crab right there. Now, what's a really great thing, if you do have binoculars, check out the beehive cluster. That's in the heart of the Cancer the crab. So it'll just be to the upper right of Mars, moon, I should say, and just scan that place to the upper right of the moon with binoculars, and you'll see this wonderful cluster of stars. Always just a gorgeous thing to check out, because it is, hundreds of stars that are together. I'm going to show you a picture of what the beehive looks like through maybe binoculars. That's something that you would see through a telescope, similar type of view. And we're talking about something that's 610 light years away, collection of hundreds of stars all bundled together, and it really makes a beautiful sight through a backyard telescope or binoculars. So definitely something worth looking. And yes, careful you don't get stung by the beehive. Exactly. But it's really it's worth looking up, definitely. So definitely check that out. And what else do we have here? So this is Monday night. So Monday, December 12th, this is where the moon will be close to midnight. But if we go to the next day, Tuesday, December 13th, the moon will be in Leo the lion. Again, rising in the east, late at night. Okay, this is around midnight and later, past midnight, when it's really great to see this. But the moon will be right next to a very bright star called Regulus. And Regulus marks the heart of Leo the lion. Very bright, brilliant white star, about 76 light years away. And it marks kind of a punctuation mark of a backwards question mark. And if you look here, you can see the other stars that mark the backwards question mark. Now, with the moon there, again, a gibbous waning moon, it might be best to use binoculars to scan that area around the moon for these stars. These stars are normally very bright, even visible within city limits easily. But because of the moon's glare, I highly recommend using binoculars just to scan this area and look for that giant sickle in the sky, or backwards question mark with the punctuation mark marked by Regulus. Very, very beautiful group of stars. And again, this is going to be Tuesday, December 13th. Now, I'm going to come back to this date. This is important because we'll talk about the meteor shower that's coming, but I wanted to just show where the moon is going over the course of the next few days. So by Wednesday, December 14th, the moon is now still in Leo, but in the back end of Leo, near the back legs of the lion. But what's going to be really cool is it's close to this trio of stars. You can see that marks the rump of the lion and the tail of the lion. And that is very, again, easy to see from the backyard with the naked eye. And again, the point of this is learning some of the major constellations, learning to navigate the night sky using the moon and using some of the brightest stars in the sky. And so the brightest of the three is called the nebula, right here. The nebula is basically the tip of the tail of Leo the lion, and the nebula is about 36 light years away. That's where you can see the nebula, and just a really, really nice star to mark off on your list in terms of Leo, the constellation. Something really easy to see. Now, if we follow the moon some more, by Friday, the moon is now going to be going into another constellation. Let me just push it up so you'll see. Again, early morning. Now we're talking maybe, about 2-3 o'clock in the morning. The nebula and the moon will be evened up like that in the sky, right close to each other. And again, this is Friday, December 16th. That's when this is going to happen. You see the moon there with the nebula. And then right next to her is a very, very bright star. That is called Arcturus, and that is going to be in the sky in the early morning again. So 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. If you happen to be up, that's when all this action is. And we're just following the moon for the rest of the week. I just wanted to show you that. You might not be up, but maybe you want to know what's up there if you're an early bird. This is by Saturday, well in Virgo the maiden. And by Sunday, I'm going to zoom in. Sunday night, I should say Sunday morning, mark this on your calendar. Maybe you're up on Sunday morning early. This is what will greet you at dawn. This is at dawn, looking high in the southeast sky. The moon, it'll be a beautiful crescent moon, hanging out with this brilliant blue-white star called Spica. And this star is the brightest star in the constellation Virgo the maiden, and it's 250 light years away. Isn't that amazing? You can actually see that star so bright. It's one of the brightest stars in the sky, and yet it's still 250 light years away, and the moon is going to be right up close to it. So that's Sunday, December 18th. December 18th is when you'll see that. I got a question here coming in saying, have you seen any UFOs? Well, by nature, the name UFO, unidentified flying object, yes, I've seen objects that I haven't been able to necessarily identify. If you're suggesting I think that they are aliens, spaceships, I don't think so. I doubt it. I've never really seen anything that probably cannot be explained by some kind of human activity or natural activity. I've been observing for well over 40 years, and I've done countless of hours of observing the sky from all locations, different places around the world, using different instruments, high-end telescopes to just the naked eye, photography, and I've never encountered anything that I go, well, I can't, there's no explanation for what I'm seeing. That's with my own eyes. That's basically the thing. So it's not to say that I don't believe there's no life in the universe. I do. Do I think there's life? Yes. Microbial life? Definitely. Very simple microbial life, bacterial life, I think is prevalent in the universe. Intelligent life, if you mean by communicating civilizations that can build technology, a technologically savvy society like humans, are there other counterparts in the universe? Perhaps, but maybe very, very rare to reach that point in evolution. That's just a thought that I have. So I don't know, and that's one of the greatest questions, isn't it? Are we alone in the universe? So getting back to the sky. So the big picture, the big story this week is the Geminid meteor shower. And I wanted to leave that last here and finish off this broadcast with Geminids. So here is the Geminids. This is where it'll be in the early morning. But the best time to see it, let me see, put it back here to the Tuesday, and this is when it's best to see it, is Tuesday night. So Tuesday, December 13th into the Wednesday, the 14th, the morning of, is the best. You can start seeing it tonight on December 12th. There'll be some activity of meteors. There'll also be activity on the 14th, the night of the 14th as well, if that's all, when you can get up or stay up, or you have clear skies only then. Don't give up, because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week is great to see the Geminid meteor shower. This is the most reliable meteor shower of the year, and basically the best time to see it, because you'll see the moon. Remember we talked about the moon right there. This is at around 10:30 at night, just before 10:30. So the moon pops up above the horizon at around 10:30. After 10:30 is usually, after around midnight and into the early morning hours is usually when I tell people, go out and view the meteor shower. That's when all meteor showers tend to be the best, because that's the darkest point of the night locally, wherever you are in the world. So you get to see more of the fainter meteors. Also, the radiant of the shower, where they appear to kind of zoom out from with the Geminids, that happens best, later at night. But because the moon crops up at around 10:30 local time, I would recommend definitely start observing as soon as darkness falls. You can start doing that tonight, Monday night, but really Tuesday night, December 13th, after darkness falls, start looking for meteors. They will appear to radiate out from, where else? Its namesake constellation, Gemini. You'll see those twin stars, Castor and Pollux, are marked there, rising in the east. It'll be joined by other stars like Sirius here in Canis Major, Orion constellation. Mars is there, like we talked about Mars, Capella, and there's Aldebaran over there. There's Capella. I'll mark it there for you. And there's Mars. All of this, there's like a whole clustering of very bright star-like objects, and then the moon below there. And it's kind of in between where the meteor shower appears to radiate out from. The Geminids are. How many can you expect? Well, the Geminids can have rates that go anywhere from 20 to 150, 160 shooting stars per hour on the peak nights. So Tuesday night into Wednesday morning is when they'll be the most prolific, the most amount per hour of shooting stars. However, because of the moon's glare, it'll probably drown out all but the very brightest meteors late at night. So if you go out only around midnight or 1 or 2 in the morning, you'll probably see more modest numbers, but it's still worth going out. I mean, just turn your back to the moon. That's really what I would recommend when viewing the meteor shower. Turn your back, keep your eyes adapted to the darkness the best you can. Turn off your phones, turn off porch lights. If you're stuck within city limits, if you're in your suburban backyard, just turn off your lights. Try to protect your eyes from any bright lights. You don't want bright lights hitting your eyes. That'll keep your eyes adapted to the dark, and you see even the fainter shooting stars. Now, keep an eye out for fireballs. The Geminids are known for not only producing faint streaks of light, but very super bright meteors. And these are caused by much larger stones falling through our atmosphere. Most of the meteors that you'll see with the Geminids are no bigger than a grain of sand, believe it or not. But sometimes you got baseball, basketball-sized stones, and they produce really unusually bright meteors that are very spectacular. And the Geminids are known for that. So even if you're in the city and there's lots of light pollution, it's still worth looking up in the sky because you get to see shooting stars coming out from this one point of sky. And remember, the meteors will appear from everywhere. And really, it doesn't matter which direction you look. Just stay comfortable, stay warm. Maybe it's really cold where you are. I know here in Montreal, it's like minus 10 degrees Celsius. It goes down to minus 17 at night. You really have to bundle up. You have to really take care to stay comfortable. Try to get on a reclining lawn chair, somewhere where you can lie down, lots of blankets, a hot chocolate, and maybe go in and out. If you're in your backyard, go in to warm up a bit, then go out again for a half-hour stint to count some meteors. But it's really worth it. The Geminids are almost, I would say, better than the Perseids that we all talk about in August. And so I've been raving about the Geminids for about 2 decades now, saying that it is on par, if not better than the Perseids. Now a lot of the media has clued in, a lot of others, that Geminids are really worth going out and looking for, even if there's a moon. I'm going to be going out. I'll hopefully do a live stream and share with you. It's going to be a lot of fun. Lots of wishes to be made with the Geminids. I'll put a sky chart for that as well. But don't worry, you really don't have to know anything about the Geminids. Just go outside and count those shooting stars. You should see plenty, even with the moon, and even if you're in the city, there should be some fun things to see as long as you got clear skies. And remember, if you miss tomorrow night, try tonight and also Wednesday night. You'll still see some shooting stars with the Geminids. It's a great early holiday present, so don't miss out. It's a lot of fun. And thanks so much for joining me. If you're interested in more stargazing, perhaps you're looking for maybe a gift to give during the holidays, I have got you covered, because I've got my book, Backyard Guide to the Night Sky, available for signed, dedicated copies. I'm making available. This book is available on my website, and I will personally sign and dedicate it to you. If you're interested in ordering one, I'll put the link in the comments for you. I also have my Stargazers Atlas book. This is a monster book that's available. It's 6.5 pounds. It was released just about 2 months ago, almost 2 months ago. So it's brand new, and it covers all the stars, every constellation that's visible around the world. I'm the lead author on this book. Great expertise on astro-tourism is included from other writers at National Geographic, and also about the science, and of course, but the heart of it is all about stargazing and how to get in to know and navigate the night sky. It's a huge coffee table book. Make, I think, a great present as well. I've put the link in the chat so you can see that for yourself. And if you like to order, I'll be mailing these out. I've got them restocked, and I'm mailing them out today, basically, and this week. So hopefully you can get it in as fast as possible so I can get it out to you. So the links are there. If you're interested, thank you for your support. And also, really, thank you for watching these videos. Your support really makes a difference. And you can show that by giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel, whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. It really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, just put them in the comments. I'll be looking at them after the show. And I hope to see you on my Friday Find File this Friday. Join me. And as usual, I'll be here every Monday talking about the night sky and what you can see from your backyard and your neck of the woods. Thanks so much. I hope you have, of course, as I always wish all of you, clear skies. Bye-bye.